Good morning, brothers and sisters. Have you enjoyed His closeness with you when you have the sweet kneeling? When you talk to the Lord, your smile, your gazing can bring Him the greatest satisfaction and enjoyment. Don't be satisfied at this state. We should continue to be close to the Lord in every moment, from the morning till night, to experience with Him this happiness and satisfaction. Paul has written in the book of Philippians, "Let your reasonableness be known to everyone. The Lord is at hand. Do not be anxious about anything, but in anything by prayers and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God." Some people might think Paul has gone too far. I have too much things and needs to deal with on my own. There are too many problems for me to worry. How can I be anxious for nothing? Brothers and sisters, do not be anxious about anything is the word from the Bible. We can do it. We can think of the things which we need to face, but our mind should not be tangled, hindered, or harmful because of those things which lead our thoughts full of worries and concern. That also drag our spirit down and became the obstacles for us to love the Lord. Actually, we can face our difficulties with the Lord, to think of the solution with Him, and there's nothing wrong with that. But don't let your spirit be suppressed to affect your relationship with the Lord and bear the unnecessary suffering. If you suffer for the sake of the Lord, or persecution because of His name, is good. But many brothers and sisters is bearing the suffer unnecessary. That's really kill their spirit. This unnecessary pain is not from the Lord. The many suffering is unnecessary. The Lord has said we can be free from worries, and that is, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. How precious we have the precious prayers. We can give our problems all laden to the Lord. His burden is light. We should live our easy life. His yoke is easy. Brothers and sisters, our life should be full of joy, happy, easy and light. We should give our burden to God. I encourage you to have the precious prayers. Commit your body, soul and spirit. You're serving in the church, other people's need whom you have to come across. Bring them all before the Lord. Therefore, the precious prayers is very important. I hope you commit all of these items to the Lord. So let's start it with your precious prayers. May the Lord bless you. The verses I'd like to share with you is in Acts chapter 20, verse 35. And remember the words of the Lord Jesus, how He Himself said, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." This is a well-known saying, and it has been widely used even by the world, a phrase which is widely recognized. But what does it mean? You will have less if you give, and you will gain when you receive. But why you will gain more when you give? Why would you get more blessing? Have you think about it again and again? What is the meaning in a deeper level in this verse? It has especially mentioned is the Lord saying, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." Firstly, a cup would be overflow if it is full of water. The status of overflowing is because of its fullness. You must be a blessed one, for you already have plenty. What you have processed are abundant and satisfaction, that it has overflown to others. Therefore, if a person can give, for there is no lack within. So you can see how blessed it is the one who has plenty, plentiful, and contentment. Secondly, it is more blessed to give than to receive. This is a promise from the Lord. The Lord Jesus said, "Give, and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, will be put into your lap." It means that when you give, the Lord promised that we would receive blessing and happiness. Wow, it means that when you give, we will receive blessing and happiness from God. It is a promise from the Lord, and it is a good measure, pressed down and running over to us. Thirdly, I believe it is more blessed to give than to receive. The more we give, the more we receive. What I'm saying is that if you're right-handed, your right hand is stronger than your left. When you give, you're trained to be stronger. Our heart is wider and our capacity is broadened. Truly, it is more blessed to give than to receive. Finally, what I like to say about it is more blessed to give than to receive. The giver is just like the Lord. If a person is just like the Lord, he is a blessed one. The Lord came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. So we can see, when we will be more like the Lord, the more we give, the more we receive. Why is that? Because the Lord Jesus gave himself to God, and God has highly exalted him and bestowed on him the name that is above every name, to glorify him and let him to be the King of kings and Lord of lords. Therefore, we should imitate the life of the Lord, a life of giving. Our life would be more meaningful. And the most precious thing is that our life would be like the Lord. There's a story about an elderly. He found his life hopeless, so he wanted to kill himself. In the middle of the night, he went into a forest. He found a tree and wanted to hang himself. The tree which he has chosen is a cherry tree. He threw a rope over the branch, but have missed it many times. Then he thought, how about I climb up to the tree? When he was up on the tree, he saw the little cherries. He took one and ate it. Wow, it was very sweet. He ate the cherry one by one. He felt so good, and not long after, the sun has risen. He wanted to jump down from the tree and kill himself. There were many students passed by him. They were on the way to the school. And one of the students said to this old man, "Excuse me, sir, would you please drop us some cherries?" This old man shook the tree very hard. Many cherries has fallen onto the ground. The kids were very happy. They picked up the cherry and ate it joyously all along. They were very happy to go to school with these cherries. This old man saw the shadow of the students gradually fading away. He pondered and he wanted to stay alive. Then he picked up some cherries and went home. He wanted to share with his wife and his son. When his wife and his son were eating the cherry, and they were very happy. This old man has a new impression and experience at that moment. Then he talked to himself, "My life actually is not bad at all." The feeling of hopeless and felt bitterness about his life no more. Instead, he's enjoying his life. There may be a cherry tree in everyone's heart, just you haven't discovered it yet. But when you shake the cherry tree heart and let others to share this cherry, you will experience the distinctive joy. Brothers and sisters, we surely have our taste of life. We surely have your own cherry. If we can make an effort to give out these truths, let the Lord strengthen us to help others while we are still in difficulties. We can also experience more the value and the meaning of life. Brothers and sisters, there is hope when we have God. Our life is meaningful and valuable when we have God. We can give blessing to others when we rely on God. It is more blessed to give than to receive. Hope you can share your fruitful life with others around you, especially the love of God. May the Lord bless you.